What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. So for today's video, I actually got a lot of requests to do a Slappy Tumbao breakdown of the video I did. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna show it to you in two different ways. Yeah, you gotta love it. You already know what day it is. It's Tutorial Thursdays. Welcome to Percussion Life. My name is Eric Perez. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification button just so you can find out whenever I upload these videos. And to all my day ones, thank you so much for all the love, all the support, you know, just the requests and you asking me to do and break down certain patterns. And yeah, this was one of them. I would get a lot of messages like, hey man, show how you did that. And so I wanted to kind of show two ways that I actually played it. If you haven't seen it, I'll link the video up here, but I played it and I've shown similar variations of this tumbao. I would say that this tumbao is more tumbao that you would use for gathering yourself or to kind of get yourself back in the game, but doing it in a very, you know, discreet way, slapping a little bit here and there. And so I wouldn't recommend this as a tumbao that you would just play all the way through, but it is fun exercise. It is a little bit of a tongue twister. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna break down the two different variations of the ones I'm playing. So yeah, let me show you what I'm doing first and then we'll break it down. Oh yeah, it's about to get intense, y'all. Kind of crazy, but yeah, let me show you what I'm doing. So first, it is a little bit of a tongue twister. There's two different variations being played there, and I'm not sure if you could pinpoint where it kind of switches. And that's kind of like the reason and motive why I put up that video. It's just a way that I practice, especially just trying to kind of mess with my head and do different things and just trying things out. And yeah, so let me first show you the first variation and then I'll show the second variation because there are slight changes in the feel and in not the timing, but in the placement of the two opens. So yeah, let me show you the first variation. So for the first variation, what I actually do is an open and then a closed slap. And that I would say is the emphasis of the first variation is those kind of hits that make the accent flow. And what I'm doing is an open with my dominant hand, then I kind of like rest my non-dominant hand, and then I do a closed slap. So it's gonna sound like this. And again, that is the emphasis. That's the key of the first variation. After doing that close slap, what you're actually going to do is a finger and then a bass with your non-dominant hand. And again, those are just ghost notes, little touches, not huge emphasis on that. Then you're going to follow that with a close slap with your dominant hand. So it's going to sound like this. So to put that together, after doing that close slap, which is going to follow is a finger with your non-dominant hand, then an open with your dominant hand. So to put that together, And now we're going towards the end of the pattern. After doing that open, what you're gonna do is a bass and a closed slap. So it's gonna be a bass with your non-dominant hand, a closed slap with your dominant hand, and then you're gonna kind of like repeat what you just did in regards to the open, kind of like doing a finger, but rather than one open, you're actually gonna do two opens. So it's gonna sound like this. So to put that together, it's gonna sound like this. Now that part is very important because I would say that's the second emphasis of this variation that kind of adds the spice, those two opens. But we're basically at the end because what follows is gonna be a bass, close slap, and then a finger to kind of get you back to doing the beginning part of the pattern. So to put it all together, ending at the beginning, it's gonna sound like this. Oh yeah, that is some spicy, slappy tumbao. To play it all the way through, it's gonna sound like this. And to count it and playing it slowly, it's gonna sound like this.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Now for the second variation, again, it's gonna be very, very similar. The only difference is rather than starting off with one open, we're gonna start off with two. So it's gonna start off with two opens, bass, and then a close slap. Again, the difference between the last variation, it was this. So that open is a lot, I would say, longer. That note's being kind of like dragged out a little bit, but rather with the two opens, it's a lot sharper. Now the next two parts are exactly the same as the previous variation, where you're gonna do a finger bass, close slap, then a finger open. So that part is exactly the same. Those two parts are exactly the same as the previous variation, but to put this together, it's gonna sound like this. Now, the next part is, again, the same as the previous variation, but rather than doing the bass, close slap, finger, two opens, we're actually gonna do bass, close slap, finger, one open. And it's a little bit more accented. So it's gonna sound like this. So to put that together, now for this next part, this is where we're gonna go again towards the beginning. So we're at the end, but it's really kind of starting off the beginning part of this tumbao. And you're actually gonna do again another bass, close slap, finger. But then as a previous one, you actually started with the open. But again, since we're back at the beginning, we're gonna do those two opens. So it's gonna sound like this. So to put everything together, ending at the beginning, it's gonna sound like this. Pretty interesting stuff. Now to play it all the way through, it's gonna sound like this. And to play it slowly and counting it, it's gonna sound like this.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Again, these two variations are basically the same thing. The only difference is where you're placing those two opens. And if you noticed, one is before the beginning and the one is part of the beginning. So that's kind of the tongue twister. And what I would do, especially in that Slappy tumbao, whenever I would add the second drum, all I would do is emphasize whichever part I'm doing. So sometimes I'll start off this way. Or sometimes when I'm switching it up, especially when I switch to starting off with the two opens, that's when I would add, you know, the other drum. Or sometimes I would do a blend of the two. Have fun, be creative, do some craziness, man, and change it up, make it your own. All I did whenever I would switch it up is I'll add the bass rather than the tumba. So again, be creative, add some muffs, make it your own. That's kind of the point of doing these kind of tumbaos. It's really meant as an exercise, or again, to kind of get you back into place, or if it's an intro or a break or something like that. It's not really meant to be played all the way through. But yeah, man, practice it. Take your time. Make it your own. You gotta love it, y'all. Y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.